We were shocked, and probably most people were shocked, to learn that Vanderbilt Medical Center, which is a very well-respected hospital in Tennessee, is involved in the mutilation of children's genitals for profit. They brag about it on camera. Now, we know this because of Matt Walsh, who found the evidence. So yesterday, at a hearing in Tennessee, the State House, Democrats were outraged not by the genital mutilation going on at Vanderbilt Medical Center, but they were mad at Matt Walsh. One Democrat, a man called John Ray Clemens, asked Walsh for his credentials. Here was Walsh's response.
Can you give us a summary of your educational background or your healthcare education experience?
Mr. Walsh, you're recognized.
My experience in healthcare?
Your educational background. I'm just curious. You testified as to a lot of your own research. So I'm curious for what purpose you do that and what background you have to qualify you to speak to that.
Well, my background that qualifies me to speak to this is that I'm a human being with a brain and common sense, and I have a soul. And so therefore I think it's a really bad idea to chemically castrate children. That is my experience. Also, I did, now it's true, I didn't go to college, but I did go to school long enough to learn how to read, so I can read the data for myself, and that's exactly what I've done.
Representative Clemens, you're
And for what purpose do you conduct your research and use this brain of yours?
Mr. Walsh, you're recognized.
I use it for the purpose of trying to protect children from being castrated and mutilated. That's one of the things I try to do.
What kind of soulless freak is John Ray Clemens who could sit there hearing all this stuff and take the side of the castrators of children? It's just beyond. But Matt Walsh is the villain. In another hearing, Walsh left another Tennessee lawmaker, this one called Caleb Hammer, completely speechless.
I'm just curious of your definition of if you feel like people are adults at 16 should.
Well, people are adults at 18, but actually your brain is not fully developed until you're 25. So we should be having a conversation about whether we should even be doing these surgeries to people at 18. But certainly before 18, it's absurd. I mean, do you think that a 16-year-old can meaningfully consent to having their body parts removed? Do you? No?
Oh, Caleb Hammer, another ghoul defending the indefensible, had no answer. God bless Matt Walsh for doing that. He's the host of the Matt Walsh Show. Matt, thank you. It's so satisfying to watch. Boy, you expose these people as truly filthy people.
Yeah, I think, they expose themselves to it, I think most of all. And the interesting thing, too, is that I'm sitting there in the hearing. I was giving my view on this bill. I'm in favor of the bill to ban the mutilation of children. I'm giving my view as a taxpayer and a private citizen, not an author of the bill. So their really failed and embarrassing attempts to discredit me were not only humiliating for them, but also totally irrelevant, because even if you can prove that I'm a terrible guy, does that automatically make it okay to mutilate children then? Because that's what we're supposed to be talking about. But they don't want to talk about that because they know they can't defend their position. This is the position that Democrats and the left are constantly in on many issues, in particular on this one, where their position is something that is so unspeakably evil that they can't speak it. So you can defeat them in an argument simply by trying to get them to state their premise. They can't even state their premise. I mean, the Caleb Hammer does believe that 16-year-olds can consent to having body parts removed, but he can't say that out loud because he knows how crazy it sounds, and so instead he just falls silent.
You look at someone like John Ray Clemens, looks like sort of a normal person. Maybe he has kids. He's in favor of cutting the breasts off girls. I mean, how could anybody get to a place where that's okay?
I think, I can't see inside their minds, but I have to imagine that most of these people know at some level that it's wrong, but they're just ideologically beholden to it. And again, is why they don't even attempt to defend it. And instead we get this credentialism thing going on, as if I need credentials to know that abusing children is wrong.
Well, as a Harvard-trained physician, I agree with you, it's wrong. Matt Walsh, great to see you. Thank you so much.